Hey guys, welcome back to my first new in beauty video in a few months. If you guys noticed, I know I have got quite a few comments about it actually, that I haven't done a new in beauty in November or December because with all of the Christmas content that I was doing, I feel like I was talking about a lot of the kind of new releases. A lot of them were like Christmas limited editions and things like that. So I felt like there was too much crossover between a new in beauty video and the Christmas content. So there hasn't been one of these for the past few months, but we are back in full swing with my monthly new in beauty videos. So don't worry guys, I know a lot of you were saying like we missed them, but yeah, they're back. So today I'm going to be talking about some of my favourite releases for January. So not everything that's coming out this month, but some of the most exciting launches, the ones that I'm excited for. A couple of them did actually come out in the Christmas rush during December, so I've included them anyway, just in case you guys missed them in the Christmas craziness, because yeah, I definitely kind of was all over the shop during Christmas, and I feel like I didn't get the chance to actually try them out until January either, so I'm going to include them. Let's get into it. Starting off with two new launches from L'Oreal. This is actually quite exciting. They've launched cleansing conditioners. So they're called Low Shampoo. I actually do think this is quite confusing for like the average consumer shopper that's going to be buying these, whatever, in Boots and Superdrug. You're just walking down the shopping aisle looking for your next shampoo and conditioner. I don't think these are that obvious. I feel like they're just cool. Like the main name of them is Low Shampoo, and I feel like I looked at these and was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, gentle cleansing cream. I was kind of like, is that a cleansing conditioner? I feel like it's a little bit mixed messaging anyway. So they are cleansing conditioners and they're actually really good. I've been using this one, which is the one for dry fragile hair, but they also have one for dry coloured hair. Basically, if you haven't ever used a cleansing conditioner before, use them in place of both your shampoo and your conditioner. So what you do is wet your hair as normal and then use between 10 and 15 pumps of this, depending on, you know, what your hair's like. I've got quite a lot of hair, so I use 15 pumps. It's a proper like handful of product, and then you massage it into your hair. You actually leave it for, it says 3 minutes. It leaves your hair feeling very, very soft, very nourished. It's really good if you do have kind of dry, over-processed hair. It's just a little bit less stripping and more nourishing for your hair, and they do recommend to use it like once a week. So yeah, I really like that actually, and I'll definitely continue to use it. $6.99. They came out in December. So quite impressed with those. I haven't tried anything from the L'Oreal LV line in a while. And then the other thing that launched during December in the States, but I feel like we're always a little bit behind, and it kind of trickled down and is now coming in to Debenhams at the moment, I think. If you guys remember the Sweet Peach palette from last year, this palette is so gorgeous. I had one last year, I used it loads. It smells amazing, as all Too Faced products, they all smell amazing. The peanut butter and jelly one was an all-time high for me. But this smells like really good, like artificial peach smell. It smells so good. But the colours of this are stunning. And this was their fastest selling product of last year. So they literally struggled to keep it in stock. Every time they get it back in stock, it would sell out. So what they've done is added a whole range of peach products. They brought this back. And added a load of things to the peach family. And they've introduced a highlighting palette, which is gorgeous. It comes with 3 colours, one of which is like a really bejazzled highlighter. The other one is more of like a blush, and then there's a little more subtle highlighter. Absolutely gorgeous. That's called Sweet Peach Glow. Comes as a 3-in-1, and then they also have an individual blusher. I'm actually wearing this one today, and I love it. So, so nice. Seriously gorgeous. And they're all in the like metal tin packaging as well. And then they've also introduced a lot of lip glosses, 6, 7, 8 colours. They're all very neutral. I have to say, they have gone along the lines of kind of peach colouring as well, and I'm not the massivest fan of peach lip products. There are a few different ones. There are more pinky ones, and there's a nude one, which is my favourite, which is this one, which is called Pop It Don't Peach. That's definitely my fave one. The pigmentation of these is definitely a kind of medium pigmentation, but they're really creamy, and they're formulated with coconut oil and peach oil. So they're really kind of nourishing on the lips. They're almost like a lip oil / a lip balm, but they have that kind of glossy finish, and they have like a really nice level of pigmentation. So you can wear them on their own, but if you layer them up with lipstick, you're gonna get like a real depth to the colour. And of course, they smell delicious of peaches, and they have a little peach on the end of the lip gloss as well. So these I actually really like. The one colour that I'm personally going to keep is the Poppadom Peach, because I think that's the best colour personally. Another lip product that's launching this month is from Sarah Chapman. You guys will know she's like my favourite skincare brand. She's a person, she's not a brand, but she has her own brand. The brand is my favourite skincare brand, and she's launching the Overnight Lip Concentrate. I'm not gonna lie, I have not been using this overnight. I've been using it every single time that I want to apply something to my lips, any time of day, because it is freaking gorgeous. It's so lovely. It's like a really kind of nourishing oil, gorgeous texture, very kind of smoothing on the lips. It's got a really interesting applicator. It's like a click one, but you click it up and the product comes out of this little nib. It's like a little bendy silicone nib. It comes out of one side of it, and you kind of, I've got obviously got red lipstick on now, I'm not going to do it, but it comes out of one side. It's just so gorgeous. Not the cheapest, but it comes out in January and definitely worth keeping an eye on. If you are a fan of Sarah Chapman stuff, this is really lovely. And I actually have to say, I prefer it to the other lip, like the daytime lip product that she has. It's like a duo with a filler and then a tinted balm. I actually prefer this one, and I 100% use it in the daytime and at night because it is gorgeous. And then there's a lot of skincare launching this month, actually. I feel like January is kind of when the brands introduce a lot of their calming, de-stressing, like anti-sensitive skin, because everybody's been overindulging over Christmas. There's a lot of like angry skin out there. So there's 3 things that I've picked out from the kind of skincare launches of January. The first one is from Bliss, and this is the Mask Appeal mask. And I actually shot some footage of me applying this because I looked at the front of this and was like, is this actually going to look like this? Like, this is interesting. Basically, it comes with a 3-pack. It's £18, so it's quite pricey, and you get 3 applications in here. This little kind of pot noodle style yogurt pot thing. You pour water in it up to the fill line, you mix it up like crazy, and then it turns into this like glutinous, like rubbery texture. You smooth it on your face, and it actually says in the box, like icing a cake. It's literally like icing a cake. It comes with a spatula to do it. Smooth it on your face, leave it for 15 minutes. It feels really cooling and very kind of calming and relaxing. I actually really did quite like the feeling of it, and it totally like turns into rubber, and then you just peel it off your face and it comes off in pretty much one piece. It's quite weird, the texture of it. I've never tried anything like this before. The one thing I would say, when you open it up, the powder smells like witch hazel, which doesn't bother me. I really like witch hazel, but when you put it on and you like have mixed it with water and everything, it has like I think it's called like sea kelp or sea silt extract in it. It does smell a little bit like a pond when you have it on your face, but it does leave your skin feeling really, really smooth and nice, and I was a fan of it. It's fun and unique and quite different. If you're looking for something that is a little bit different and fun for your skincare to try, but still is quite effective and makes your skin feel lovely. It's meant to be complexion clearing, and I've had some like issues with my skin over Christmas because I've been eating way too much sugar, way too much dairy, all of that stuff that makes my skin go kind of crazy. It does like really kind of calm your skin, really nice. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it now because I just wanted to like show you guys because it is hilarious. The other calming mask that's come out is the Ren one. This is Ever Calm. I actually really like this. This is a cream mask, which you don't get that many of anymore. I feel like masks now tend to be all quite either like serum-y or kind of gel-like, whereas this is like a full-on moisturizing cream, and it makes your skin feel beautiful, gorgeous and soft, and just really calming. It has a lovely scent to it. It's just very kind of nourishing to your skin. My skin felt very moisturized after using this. So if you have kind of dry, sensitive skin, I think this is a really good recommendation for you. That comes out in January. And if you guys are wondering about the prices of all of these and the availability, I'm going to put all of that in the info bar below. Oh, another thing that is launching this month that I forgot about because it was tucked behind here, the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Recovery Masks. If you're a fan of the Advanced Night Repair family, you will know that Estee Lauder have been expanding this loads over the past couple of years to include like masks and all sorts of amazing things, eye creams, things like that. So it's the iconic Advanced Night Repair formula, but this is a single-use packet. Basically comes in like a blister pack with the product in the bottom and the little dry eye masks in the top. And you push up the product, you pop it through into the next kind of chamber in the packet, and then you massage it into the eye mask before putting it underneath your eyes. And these feel amazing. I wasn't sure how I felt about these because they are super, super pricey. These are being sold in single packets like this for £10, quite pricey. But you can also buy them in 4s or 8s, I believe. And the price, you end up saving a little bit of money if you buy them as like an 8-pack. I think it's like £56 or something like that. Again, I'll put all of the info in the info bar below if you guys want to reference like prices and things like that. But they do sell them individually, which is quite nice in a way because you can test them before you commit to buying a whole pack, but it's also pretty damn pricey for a one-use product. Having said that, they are lovely, like definitely without a doubt the nicest under eye patches I've used, and I've used a lot of these. They felt so refreshing under my eyes. I honestly felt like I had had like 50 hours sleep when I took them off. They were just really like made me feel like awake and brightened, and they made all of the area under my eye feel really moisturized and kind of tight and really lovely and happy. So yeah, I'm actually a big fan of those, and I might treat myself, like if I'm traveling, I feel like it's something that I can imagine on the way to a long haul flight, I can stop in at the Estee Lauder counter in the airport and like pick one up. I can imagine myself doing that a lot just as a extra long haul treat. And they will probably be duty free in Heathrow as well. So yeah, I will be doing that. On to more makeup pieces. Givenchy are launching their, I think it's a spring collection. God, that's crazy. It doesn't seem like time for spring, does it, in January? But that's hitting counters this month and it's gorgeous. It's all based on ink and ink spills. I've always been obsessed with kind of colour wash and like ink spill kind of vibes. If you guys have been following me for a while, you'll know it's like all over my blog and all over my books and my products and things like that. So I love the concept of this collection, and I got a few pieces from them sent to me, and it just looks really gorgeous. The first one is this, which is called Prism Libre Travel. So it's a loose powder, but it comes in this super, super cute travel compact, and the powder itself looks almost like iridescent lilac, which I was initially a little bit hesitant about because you think, hang on a minute, I don't know if I really want an iridescent lilac face, but when you blend it out, it's the most beautiful texture. It's very, very finely milled. I think the applicator actually works quite well. This kind of style, I feel like it's quite old school. I think this little compact reminds me of blushes that is it YSL or Estee Lauder did about 10 years ago. But actually to apply powder, it's really good for on the go as opposed to a puff that you actually press in or a sponge that you kind of press on, because it is so soft. You can actually like blend it like this into the skin as opposed to just being like a powder puff. Really lovely. And actually the lilac tint to it makes it really kind of brightening on your skin. If you have kind of like grey tones or grey undertones to your skin as well, or you're feeling particularly drained after traveling or working all day, I feel like it would be a really good addition to your handbag, because it's obviously like the travel friendly compact, like you actually lock it into place. It's not going to come open and spill in your bag, but you do still have loose powder. You're not having to use pressed powder, which I feel like has such a different vibe. Like I so much prefer the finish that loose powder gives. So that's coming out as part of that collection. And then the other two things that I got sent were the lip oil, which is, hello, like this has just got me all over it. It's like neon sheer pink. It's called the Irresistible Lip Oil, and it doesn't really have too much of a tint to it, but it's very similar to the Clarins Instant Light Lip Oil, both in terms of its packaging, which is pretty much identical. Because, oh my god, I just put it on my nose. That's not good, is it? It has the giant doe foot applicator in the same way that the Clarins one does, but it's a little bit more like flexible than the Clarins one. It basically has like no colour payoff either. So this colour is just kind of for show really, but it smells gorgeous. It smells almost like Parma Violets, but nicer, because I don't really like Parma Violets and I really like this, but it smells a similar kind of thing, like fruity and floral at the same time. Gorgeous. And then the other thing that I got was the nail polish. I've noticed there's a trend in nail polishes recently with the sheer colour wash. Chanel did it with a red just before Christmas in their like winter collection, and now Givenchy have got these, which are like the kind of colour wash. They almost remind me of like gummy bears, you know, like gummy sweet kind of vibe. It's a very gel-like texture, and when you apply it, it's very, very sheer. I actually have it on my little finger at the moment, and I'm going to put a second coat on now. You guys must, if you've noticed this already, you must think I'm just bonkers and have like one nail with like not the same polish on, but I was testing it out to see. It's actually really pretty. I don't know if I would have purchased this or if I would buy something like this, because it's not necessarily my vibe, whereas the lip products and the powder really are. but it's actually quite nice. Like, it is kind of like a nice effect. I quite like it. So that's new from Givenchy. The other thing Marc Jacobs have launched this month are the Le Marc liquid lip creams. There are 6 or 8 shades. I have a whole display pack here. 6 shades, and they're really gorgeous. They're all kind of nudie colours. I'm going to do a close-up with swatches so you guys can see all of the colours. They're all very, very wearable, kind of pale nudes. The palest ones I probably wouldn't wear, but all of the others are very gorgeous and wearable. And I have used this colour, which is my favourite one, which is called Slow Burn, which is more of the kind of mauvey, darker colour. And I have to say the texture of these is gorgeous. They're not drying like a lot of liquid lipsticks. They're very kind of moisturising feeling. They feel very balmy, but at the same time they still are like a really nice matte satin finish. They're not the most matte thing I've ever seen in the world. They have really gorgeous staying power. And then last but not least on the beauty front is a contour palette from Clarins. I feel like a lot of brands have tried to do contour palettes in the last 2 years. A lot of them don't really interest me greatly, but this one I think looks really nice. The colours are actually all matte for a start, so there's no shimmer going on. If you want like a matte highlighter, look no further. And it's just really, really nice. So the contour colour, it's got 3 colours. It's got a blush, a contour and a highlighter. The blush colour is a beautiful, very neutral kind of tea rose colour, exactly up my street. The contour one is perhaps a little bit warm. I would say it's a little bit more like a bronzer than I would want it, but still absolutely no shimmer. You could definitely contour with it even though it is a little bit warmer. And then the highlighter is beautiful. It's just a really beautiful matte highlighting powder, absolutely gorgeous. And the texture of these are really lovely as well. They're all very kind of soft and blendable, really gorgeous. It does come with this funny little contour brush, which I'm not gonna lie, if you tried to apply your contour with this brush, I think you would end up, most people would end up with a little bit too extreme kind of going on. With contouring, I much prefer to use like a blending brush. This, however, I would definitely like for foundation. I know Estee Lauder have done one of these for foundation. But yeah, it's actually quite a nice quality brush, even though it's tiny. It's very, very like soft and quite, it's actually like not totally useless, but I perhaps wouldn't use it for contouring. I think that's £36 and that is out in January, and that's it for this video. If you guys aren't already subscribed, then you can subscribe to see more videos from me 3 times a week, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!